Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some of my October beauty favorites. I don't know about you guys, but I have definitely found myself in a bit of a work from home beauty routine rut. It feels like we're just constantly hanging around the house and it's just cozy vibes all the time. So I haven't really been reaching for much besides what's already conveniently located in the top drawer. I haven't been venturing beyond the top drawer, so I'm using a lot of the same products constantly, with the exception, of course, of new arrivals. So I am very thankful to have some fresh new products to share today. The first product I have here to talk about is something I tried really recently. I think I just reviewed this last week, so it is definitely a new favorite, but it is a favorite. It's the Kogendo Moisture Foundation. This was sent to me complimentary to review from Camera Ready Cosmetics. I will link their information down below as well as the video in case you'd like to check it out. But I love this, and I didn't really have high expectations. I didn't have low expectations. I didn't really know what to think because the only other Kogendo product I've ever tried is the Aqua Foundation. I think it's really nice. It's a really beautiful, kind of hydrating, light, medium, daily wear type of foundation. It reminds me a lot of Vita Lumiere Aqua from Chanel. So this foundation has apparently been around for 30 years, but they recently reformulated. Can you imagine reformulating after 30 years? I'm sure some people were so upset, but this new formula is incredible. And I have nothing to compare it to, unfortunately, because I never tried the original. But I love this. You only need such a small amount, and it is meant to be a sheer buildable coverage. But I found that you can take this full coverage with not a lot of foundation. It's really beautiful. I found the best technique was stippling this foundation on, and you can achieve pretty full coverage, no imperfections showing through, with minimal product. And it's long wearing, it's hydrating, it does have skincare. It's supposed to be an anti-aging formula, which is also reflected in the price point. It's $79 for this little tube, which contains 0.7 fluid ounces. So it's a little bit less than the standard 1 fluid ounce. Not a lot of shades. There are 13 shades to choose from, and 2 of them are new. So here I have 123 and 143. There's quite a jump between these two. 143 might match me when I've sunless tanned twice, but 123 is going to be the shade that I grab most often. I think I will save this foundation for special occasions. It's not going to be my everyday foundation, even though I really love it and it's beautiful, because I think the Aqua Foundation from Kogendo would be a better daytime formula or something a little bit less expensive, to be quite honest. That will be my daytime. This will be something that I pull out for special events, date nights, photos even. I think this would be really beautiful for photo shoots for brides. It's beloved by the film industry, and it makes sense when you apply it on the skin. It's kind of hard to describe, but it is very different from other foundations. So I highly recommend this foundation. It is very unique. It is a standout for sure. I also really fell in love with this Kogendo Natural Lighting Powder. This was also sent to me complimentary to review in the same video. And it is so beautiful, and it's not the type of product that I'm typically drawn towards. And in fact, at first, I didn't really love it. It took me a minute to warm up to it because I typically like a brighter under eye, and I usually set my concealer with a powder that's very brightening. Well, this has more of a golden undertone, so it left me looking a little bit flat under the eye. Once I went in with bronzer, blush, other products, it was fine. What makes this powder so great is actually the finish, because it has a very soft luminosity. You can barely tell. If you look really close up in the mirror, you can tell that it gives off a little sheen, but it is just so pretty. I don't mind the fact that it has a little bit more color, and I think it makes it a bit more universal. You know, if you have a medium or deep skin tone, I think you could probably still set your face with this. Obsessed. It gives you that candlelight glow finish to your makeup. And I love powder products. I still have to set with powder every single day. I tend to get a little bit oily in my T-zone by the end of the day. So I'm no longer oily. I was never oily, but I used to have really combination skin. Now it's dried out a little bit. I feel like I'm probably more normal / combination. I definitely get oily in my T-zone, so I have to set with powder. But even people who do not like powder, if you have mature skin, dry skin, I think you could still use this if you wanted a setting powder that would work for your skin. So finely milled, doesn't look flat, matte, dry, crusty, none of those things. It's really beautiful. I think powder haters would still love this. That's how good it is. I have a lot of new Dior here, of course, since their holiday collection launched this month. I'm going to start with this, which is actually separate. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. I picked up Rose Gold. I could not wait for the Sephora sale. I picked this up a couple weeks ago now, and it really is so beautiful. I included it in my recommendations. I wasn't overly fussed about an entire palette of highlighters, but I have to tell you, they're all really beautiful, and now that I own this, I love the fact that it gives you options. I love every shade in this palette. I'm going to get a ton of use out of this really pretty peach. This pale gold up here is a star for me, and I really even like this one, which is supposed to be more of a soft finish. It kind of gives a really pretty iridescent glow to the skin. It's just beautiful. They also have the bronze palette. They have the yellow gold palette in case you don't really like the rose. The packaging is so beautiful, and this is something I will definitely get a ton of use out of closer to the holidays. I basically pulled out all of the Dior holiday pieces I picked up. I skipped the highlighting powder, and it's not because I don't love it, I do, but I just thought that would be too much Dior, and I wanted to include the Backstage highlighter. If I had to choose one or the other, I would go with the rose gold palette, because you have more options, even though the other is really nice. So this is the eyeshadow palette, Black Night. I read Golden Nights, I was like, wait, this isn't the gold. It's Golden Snow and Black Night. There it is. I lost it again. I kept calling this the Dark Night palette whenever I filmed this review, and it made me crack up because I read a couple comments on the video that said, ooh, I love that Dark Night palette. They really should change the name to Dark Night. Black Night is the quintessential smoky eye palette. It is very smoky, very dramatic. There's not a lot else you can do with it, but if your goal is to create a smoky eye, it doesn't get much better than this palette. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get a ton of use out of it this year. I will do my best, but there's always next year. I'm still happy I picked it up. The little snowflake design embossed on top was very beautiful. These shadows feel really creamy. They build up on the eye easily, and I was really happy with the way my look turned out. So I'm excited to keep playing around with this and experimenting. And here I have the Golden Snow palette. I think this has got to be the most popular of the two, simply because it's incredibly wearable. You have the really pretty pearl, the peach, the gold. This khaki shade is really pretty, and then the deep brown. So there is a ton you can do with this palette. All earth tone, so you can keep it really light and natural if you want to. They're shimmery, but it's not glitter. Or you can also go a little bit darker. You can create dramatic smoky eyes using this palette too. I love the shade in the center. I really like the finish of these eyeshadows. Really beautiful. I compared this with the Chanel palette from last holiday, and I really like the way these look on the skin. Shade-wise, they're very comparable, but finish goes to Dior because they have a little bit more sparkle. It's just a touch more holiday. So I think I will definitely use this palette. I need to keep it in the top drawer so I can get used to using it. And then the last item from Dior Holiday is the blush 353. The Golden Nights Rouge blush. I think it had a name, Rose for Somme, something like that. Very beautiful shade. This is probably my favorite blush at the moment. It's just really beautiful. And you look at it and you see that it's a light pink, and it probably doesn't feel that different or unique. It's certainly not unique. That is not a word I would use to describe it, even though it does have a little shimmer. It's just flattering. It is just that perfect light pink shade. This reminds me of Nutcracker, Ballerina. This to me is very holiday. And I like the fact that it has just a little sheen to it. In the pan, it's a bit more sparkly on the cheek. It doesn't show up that much, but it's that extra little touch of glamour and luxury. It's really beautiful. Next, I pulled out my Tom Ford Honeymoon palette. These shades are so beautiful. I used this recently in a Get Ready With Me fall favorites style video. These shades look like October. This is October, fall, leaves, foliage in an eyeshadow palette. They're so beautiful. There's a lot you can do with it, but I feel like no matter what, the look always turns out soft glam. That's how I would describe this palette, and that's how I describe my makeup style. I don't like to do a full beat, full glam, lashes, the whole 9 yards, but it's definitely a little bit more elevated, a little bit more makeup than a soft natural look. So it's somewhere in the middle, soft glam. This palette is very soft glam, and these are the shadows that you can use wet or dry, so depending on the intensity you're looking to build up, it could be daytime, it could be evening. It is definitely fall, no matter what. My favorite fall eyeliner at the moment is this Romance eyeliner. This is the Stilo You Waterproof from Chanel. This was part of the fall collection, and I remember being obsessed with this eyeliner when that collection launched, and then it kind of went in the drawer. Just like all of the other new products, it just kind of sat there waiting for me to pick it up again because I was already on to something else. Well, I recently picked this back up and I haven't put it down. I need to check to see if it's still available. I'm gonna go ahead and order another one. It's just really pretty. It's this soft, pale, burnt rose. It's not really red, it's not brown. I'm wearing this in my waterline today. I've been using this in my waterline for the past couple of days. This would pair beautifully with that Honeymoon palette. But any brown eyeshadows, it doesn't look pink, it doesn't look red on the eye. It just kind of looks softer than black, but it fills in that little gap, that little inner rim area. It feels blank now whenever I don't use this, so I just feel like I always grab it. I have 3 lipsticks here to share. I'm going to start with the one that I've worn the most, hands down. It's the Endless Pink from Chanel, the Le Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue. I can never for the life of me remember that name, and you know how much I talk about these lipsticks. So last month was really dominated by Timeless Beige. I think I must have popped it in my purse, and I haven't really been going anywhere because I've stopped wearing Timeless Beige and I just picked up Endless Pink, and this is what I've been wearing for the past few weeks. I really haven't strayed very often from this unless I'm filming and trying something new, but this has been my everyday color, and it's kind of nice. I'm liking an everyday pink instead of the everyday nude. You get so used to wearing the same thing that even a minor change feels really fresh. So I have been loving this Endless Pink. This was one of the limited edition shades, so I'm hoping this is still available. I feel like it probably is. If it's not, Light Rose is very similar. I wish I had a Light Rose here so that I could swatch them and compare. But when I look at this tube, if somebody said, oh yeah, this is Light Rose, I would say, yep, and nod my head. The difference is really not going to be that dramatic. So if you have been on the hunt for the perfect everyday pink that's long wearing, transfer proof, mask proof, Endless Pink. It's really pretty. The lipstick that I'm wearing today is the Byredo lipstick. It comes in this really cute little pouch. I want to say these run about $42. And this is what it looks like. Ooh, that magnet is so strong. But I really do like this particular shade. I picked up Earth Dust. It is what is on my lips at the moment. The packaging is really pretty. It's very modern, very sleek and chic. I wasn't incredibly impressed with the little balm that I picked up as well. That feels like a bit of a waste. I would purchase more lipsticks. I would not purchase more color balms, color sticks, whatever they called it. The stick balm, not my favorite thing in the world. These lipsticks are great because the packaging, this feels weighted, this feels substantial. I feel like the $42 went into this packaging. And the lipstick itself is very creamy, really pigmented. One swipe, you get a ton of color. You know, it hugs the lips. It just feels really good. So they did a great job with these lipsticks. I remember thinking that the shade range was really beautiful. I'm excited for more from Byredo. Even though it was a bit of a hit and miss, I saw photos of the upcoming eyeshadow palettes and wow, they look really special. So I have high hopes for the eyeshadow palettes, but this lipstick is really pretty. There we go. I was all lip liner. That's better. And it's not really a matte finish. This is kind of a soft, creamy finish. Really nice shade. I'm going for a monochromatic neutral look today. The last lipstick I have here to talk about is from Charlotte Tilbury. It was one of her super nudes. This is Super Starlit, which I discovered quickly in that video. is red. It is not a nude lipstick. In fact, none of them were really nude. They were more brown, kind of burnt orange type of shades. Really pretty for fall. Beautiful lipsticks. Not really nude. This one is a true brick red. It has a really brick undertone. And it is kind of warm, but it's not a warm orangey red. It's not a blue red. It's certainly not a pink red. It's kind of different in that way. It's a bit unique. A very fall forward red. And the packaging is really special. It's blinged out on top. It has little rhinestones, a little extra touch of luxury. I think she did such a great job with this packaging. The best part is you can always keep this cap and save this for your other Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. Since it is supposed to be limited edition, I think she should just change her packaging. I think all of the lipsticks should have the little rhinestones. This next item I included on my Sephora sale recommendations. It's from Pharmacy. It's the Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. I am so in love with this makeup cleansing balm. I think I'm probably maybe more than halfway done. And you don't really need to use that much. I started using this probably before the beginning of the month, maybe the very end of September. This was sent over complimentary, and I just kind of tried it out. I had just finished my previous balm cleanser, and I was just blown away. It was a night and day difference. This was so much better than the one I was using previously. It becomes so thin. It truly does melt your makeup right off. It gets rid of eye makeup, really stubborn mascara, you know, the type of mascara that you kind of have to rub. This takes it right off. So I love this stuff. There's a great little set right now at Sephora that comes with this full size and then 2 other skincare products from Pharmacy. I don't know if you want to try their other skincare. I can't speak for anything else from them. This I love. And it smells like key lime pie. It smells so fresh and beautiful. I have 2 hair care products here to talk about. The first one is from Amika. It's called the Shield Anti-Humidity Spray. I know I talked about this, I think in my wish list shopping cart video, because it's almost empty. This is my second bottle, so I definitely need to pick up at least one. It's $25, so it's not going to break the bank, but I use this every single time I style my hair, so I might as well pick up 2. Save the 20%. I love this stuff, and what's so funny is that I had been using this for months before I realized that I was using it the wrong way. When I first got this, I started using it as a finishing spray, as a replacement for hairspray, because I never like to use hairspray. It just dries out my hair, and I try so hard to put moisture back in my hair. I don't want to put anything on it that's going to make it feel dry. And hairspray, you know, it gets flaky and crispy and your hair feels really crunchy. I hate that feeling. I like to be able to run my fingers through my hair. This worked beautifully. It held my curls. It kind of gave a little texture. I felt like it held the style. Well, turns out you're actually supposed to use this on dry hair before you heat style. So right after your blow dry, before you go in with a curling iron, wand, straightener, whatever you do, it's a heat protector. So I didn't know that. Now I use it for both. I'll kind of spritz this on before I go in with my wand, and then I do spritz it on afterwards as well, which is probably why I'm starting to go through it a bit quicker. And then the other hair care product I have here to talk about, I know I mentioned this once a while ago, but I hadn't used it yet. I don't think I've given you guys the update. I've been using this ever since. This is from Kerastase. It's the Blonde Absolute. It's a leave-in blow-dry serum. I picked this up right after I did the campaign with Kerastase for the Blonde Absolute Overnight Recovery Treatment. That was sent over complimentary, but I fell in love with it, so I immediately went and I purchased this myself from Sephora. I kind of want to test out everything from the entire line. The smell is incredible, so you use this as just like a blow-dry cream, you know, when your hair is still wet. A pump or 2, work it through mid-shaft down, and then you style your hair. So this helps to lock in hydration. It has hyaluronic acid, and it also is a heat protector. And I think it has made a difference. I just got my hair done recently. I needed to color the roots, blend them in a little bit more. And my new stylist mentioned, she said, your hair feels so much better than it did the last time you were here. I've been using the orange Kerastase mask. I've been using this. and I've been using the Blonde Overnight Recovery Treatment. That is the trifecta. These Kerastase products I've been trying lately have been amazing, and it really is making a difference with my hair. I can feel it. She could feel it. You might have noticed my beautiful new rose display that I had sitting back here on top of my vanity during the video. This is the last item I have here to talk about. This was sent to me complimentary a little over a month ago, and I have been using it as decoration. I'm trying to decide on the forever home because there's not enough room on the vanity. I've been keeping it over here on my dresser, but it might go out to the living room. I don't know, it's just so beautiful. I kind of don't want to keep it in here. I want it to be out there for everybody to enjoy. The brand is Rose Forever New York, and in case you haven't seen these on Instagram, these roses are hand-picked, they're designed by professionals, and they last up to a year. So it's the most beautiful display of flowers, and you can keep these as a decor piece. Instead of going bad in a couple of weeks, you can keep them a really long time. Up close, they look like traditional roses, but they use natural oils to preserve them, and they come in a wide variety of colors. I chose the light pink. They have red, purple, yellow, blue, so many different shades and colors to choose from. They come in a couple different box sizes, 9, 16, or 36 roses per box, so they are a beautiful gift. I've been enjoying finding the perfect location for my little bouquet of roses. They're so pretty, and I was so happy that they sent these over. They did also extend a coupon code for anybody who's interested. The very best part is that one lucky subscriber is going to win their own bouquet of roses from Rose Forever New York. All you have to do to enter is make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram at Erin Nicole TV, follow Rose Forever at Rose Forever NY, and that's it. The giveaway will be open for 1 week. The winner will be announced the following day on Instagram stories, and all of this information is down in the description box. So good luck to everybody who enters. And that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking all of my favorites, everything on my face, down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.